Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast, where I try to keep you up to date and shed a light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. To our loyal viewers and listeners, thank you so much for your continued support and engagement. Your participation has been instrumental in the growth of this channel. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe, leave your comments, and connect with me on social media at Packer Mentality. Remember, you can catch this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. It's Friday evening as I record this, and it's been a pretty quiet week for the Packers. Don't expect that to last, though. This team has decisions to make. Cuts can happen at any time. We've already seen a few other teams starting to make those kinds of moves. One position group that won't have to worry about cuts are the tight ends for the Packers. Josiah DeGuara and Tyler Davis are both free agents. Not to worry, in 2023, most of the snaps during the regular season and the playoffs were taken by Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, and to a lesser extent, Ben Sims. Musgrave and Kraft were drafted to be the future of this position for the Packers, while Sims was kind of an afterthought, signed as an undrafted free agent and got his chance when Tyler Davis was injured and missed the entire season. As a group, Musgrave, Kraft, and Sims combined for 69 catches, 728 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That's not too bad for three rookies. Luke Musgrave finished the year 34 catches, 352 yards, 1 touchdown, missed a pretty good chunk of the season with a lacerated spleen, I think it was. Tucker Kraft, 31 catches, 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, proved to be a really hard worker, according to the coaching staff. Struggled a bit early in the season, but when he got thrust into the starting role, he really came on strong and made some big plays for this team. Ben Sims, limited time, at least on offense, 4 catches, 21 yards, and 1 touchdown. He picked up a bunch of snaps on special teams, 97 snaps for the special teams. Josiah DeGuara, not likely to be back, former third-round pick in 2020. Finished the season 8 catches, 65 yards, no touchdowns. He did have 219 special team snaps, which the Packers will have to replace. For his career with the Packers, 47 receptions, 436 yards, just 2 touchdowns. Not quite what they expected when they drafted him. The Packers were hoping for something like a Kyle Juszczyk of the 49ers sort of player, and it just really didn't work out. They could look for a replacement for his snaps in the later rounds of the draft. Tyler Davis, unfortunately, hurt his knee in the preseason and missed the entire year. He had been sticking around because the Packers liked his potential, didn't make some good plays on special teams. He could possibly be back, but my guess is that this is probably the end of his time with the Packers. Can't forget the Packers fullback. You might have, but his name is Henry Pearson. He appeared in just 2 games in 2023. The Packers did reward him for his work with a futures contract, so he is going to be back. We probably won't see the Packers draft a tight end in the first 2 days of the draft, but there is a slight chance they could pick one up on day 3. That means you're not going to see me draft a tight end in the first 2 rounds, and that mock draft starts right now. Back on Pro Football Focus Mock Draft Simulator. Let's get it going. At pick number 23, I think the Packers would not pass up on Kool-Aid McKinstry. He is a press man corner, could become a lockdown corner opposite Jair Alexander, or if Jair's shoulder acts up again, could definitely step in, but I think he fits what the Packers are looking for at corner. At pick number 41, I think the Packers would like to get their safety of the future in the second round. And according to Pro Football Focus, not the best place to find it. Be a bit of a reach. We could definitely go get him, but let's see what the trades look like. We could move back a few picks to the Raiders. I don't want to go all the way back to 52 for the Steelers. See what we can do. Made a trade with the Raiders. I sent number 41 to Las Vegas and received back number 44, number 113, and number 147. At pick number 44, we are going to go get our safety. And I am going to take Tyler Nubin out of Minnesota. Tyler Nubin, 6'2", 210 out of Minnesota. He is a senior, redshirt senior, I believe. And his numbers, his past two seasons, just excellent. In 2023, as a fifth-year senior, 12 games, 768 snaps, 43 tackles, 4 pass breakups, 5 interceptions, allowed a QB rating of only 17.5. Don't know if he can play much better than that. So we will take Mr. Nubin out of Minnesota. At pick number 57, I think the Packers will add a weapon to the offense, possibly going after Jonathan Brooks, the running back out of Texas. He is the best running back in this class. It's not a great class for running backs, but he is definitely the best of that group. Has dynamic skills in the open field, a great change of pace runner, and he is an excellent receiver. I think the Packers could definitely find uses for him. Pick number 88, we're going back to the defensive side of the ball and taking Peyton Wilson, a linebacker out of North Carolina State. You should go take a look at some of his highlight film. He's a lot of fun to watch. 6'4", 238, tremendous athlete, high intelligent, and a high motor. Pick number 91 will address some openings on the depth chart on the offensive line, taking Christian Mahogany, guard out of Boston College. Been a starter the last couple seasons at Boston College, primarily at right guard, but he does have positional flexibility. He did see some time on both sides of the offensive line at tackle. So we will take him at pick number 91. Pick number 113, I'm going to take Michael Hall Jr., defensive lineman out of Ohio State, 6'2", 280. Hopefully he can put on a little bit of weight. Played mostly B-gap at Ohio State. Pick number 126, we are going to take Blake Fisher, tackle out of Notre Dame. Was on the other side of the offensive line opposite Joe Alt. Did an excellent job on that side. Ratings from Pro Football Focus the last couple of years, both around 72 in 2022 and 2023. And that will take us to the end of the fourth round. Final results on this mock draft. In the first round, picking up Kool-Aid McKinstry. My guess is that if Eric Stokes is not 100% and looking like the first round pick he was a few years ago, we would see Kool-Aid starting opposite Jair Alexander. Second round, Tyler Nubin, possibly starting safety. Second pick in the second round, Jonathan Brooks, running back. Round 3, Peyton Wilson, possibly starting alongside Quay Walker. Second pick in the third round, Christian Mahogany, could compete for the right guard position. Fourth round, Michael Hall Jr. in the rotation on the defensive line. And then in round 4, Blake Fisher. Expect him to compete for, or at least push, the left tackle position, or as a swing tackle. As we come to the end of this episode, I want to remind you that your thoughts and comments are always appreciated. Please feel free to share them in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe and connect with me on social media. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and remember, go Pack Go.